I'm Joyce Wilson. I'm here today with my husband, Bill. We hear that you guys want to know more about us and what we do here at the Circle WC Ranch. Settled in here at the ranch in 2009?
Yeah, I believe so.
Something like that?
Yeah. Arkansas is great, but Texas is Texas, you know?
Right, right. So here at the ranch, we have a lot of variety of things that we do. You know, we're just like everybody else, get up in the morning, have our coffee, do our email. Bill goes to his office, the gunnery, and I'll typically stay home first thing in the morning and do my email. And then we've got some pets. I've got some Watusi cattle. I've got some chickens, even have 4 zebra. So have to tend to those a little bit, although we've got a lot of help on the ranch as well. And then we'll get together at lunch, and then I go to my second job, which is the Chip McCormick company that we bought about 4 years ago now.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
So yeah, I do a little bit up there, and of course my other day job, as many of you probably realize, is the International Defensive Pistol Association, which Bill started back in 1996. And the fun part about that is the founders always were going to be excited if there were more than just the 5 of them getting together and shooting a pistol match. And now we're at 25,000 members in the U.S. and over 70 foreign countries. So
yeah, initially we thought, man, this would really be cool if someday we could have 2,000 members.
Right. I think we've done a little better than that.
Yeah, it's took off a little bit better than that. Yeah. But one thing you forgot to mention is the kids.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. How could I forget the kids?
Yeah. I mean, we've got 5 dogs, all spoiled rotten.
Absolutely.
And, you know, Joyce has got her 2, and I've got my 3, or actually technically I've got 2, she's got 2, and we have our dog.
Right.
And so, you know, 2 of them go with her to work, and 3 of them go with me, and she does her thing in the morning, and typically after my morning coffee, I'll load the dogs up in the Kawasaki Mule, and we'll go make a circle and drive around the ranch, check a few things, and I've found that to be extremely productive time for me. You know, I've had, you know, kind of got a good night's sleep, you know, got my coffee, mind's kind of clear, and that hour or so I take the dogs riding around. I seem to have my best ideas for new products and solve major problems sometimes that way. So, you know, while some people might think that's kind of I'm just out goofing off, it actually ends up being an extremely productive time, you know, lots of days.
It's your good think time.
It's technically that's what it is. It's my thinking time.
And then the fun part of the day, of course, is the evening when we both finish our work day. Then we load up 3 of the 5 dogs, because 2 of the dogs aren't real quiet when we're running around. So we only take the 3 quiet ones, and then ride around the ranch together and have a couple of beers and talk about the day and how things have gone, and
kind of decompress at the end of the day, and you know, like I say, take the 3 really spoiled kids, you know, with us.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And we do have some stuff that we like to do separately too. I mean, he's always working up new loads for his rifles, and my other passion, of course, everybody knows if you're a pilot, that's the first thing you say is, "Hey, I'm a pilot."
Yeah, she's got her airplane stuff and her pilot friends and all that, and I've got my shooting buddies, and so we do a little bit separate things on that, and then of course kind of into fast cars, so that my other hobby is driving fast cars. So I try to work in a little bit of time for that, you know, at least on the weekends or when I got to run an errand or something like that.
Yeah, and you should see the launch control on his Porsche. Oh my gosh, that's more fun than you should be allowed to have.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of fun. My other hobbies, I'm a big race fan. I love watching Formula One and Indy cars. Not too much into NASCAR anymore since they've gone pretty much completely woke. So, but I do really enjoy my Formula One stuff. I'm almost going into a few months of depression, you know, when it's off season. You know, can't wait for the seasons to start again the day after the season's over. So.
And then we go to bed and get up the next morning and do the same thing. And that's pretty much a day in the life of Bill and Joyce. How did we meet?
Actually, we met at a pistol match, unbelievably. In 2000, we met at the Smith & Wesson Indoor Nationals, if I remember right.
That's correct. That's right. Yeah, that was my first big match that I'd actually taken High Lady at.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody knew who Bill Wilson was, and we're all kind of hanging out after the match, and I'm hanging out with a bunch of friends that knew both of us, and he comes over and says hi, and kind of the rest is a bit history.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, we've been to Africa, shoot, I don't know, 10, 15 times, and hunted all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, one thing I kind of miss is the fact, we used to shoot together a lot, but I know now you're fighting a little bit of arthritis in your hand and stuff like that, so it becomes kind of painful if you shoot much. But I do really miss you shooting with me and shooting with our little get-together shooting group that we've got that we shoot every few weekends.
Yeah, I miss it too, and it's just so much harder anymore because if I shoot a little bit today, then I pay for it for a couple of days. But I still enjoy getting out there plinking some, and 22s are great to plink with. And I still love to shoot rifles with you too. And of course, we do end up doing a lot of deer hunting on the ranch because we're in part of a Texas management program. And the other hard part is we're so busy that it's like finding time to do anything else is sometimes difficult. Like, eventually I'd kind of like to almost retire, but I don't really think that's in our cards, is it?
Well, considering we just bought another company that, needs a little bit of TLC, I don't see that anywhere in the near future. And really, my definition of retirement is probably different than a lot of people's definition of retirement. I mean, I saw my dad retire, mostly due to health reasons. And then he just sat at home and watched old Andy Griffith's shows and just kind of, slowly deteriorated and died. I've just got too many hobbies for that. And I really like working on new product stuff for the company. So, my idea of a perfect retirement is where I didn't hear about anything at any of the companies again about there's a problem, like heat treater burned up this, or, this machine just went down, or Susie's mad at Sally. I don't want to hear about any of that kind of stuff. I just want to work with the engineers and the marketing people and work on promotion of the company and new product stuff. If that's the only two things I did as far as work is concerned, I would consider that perfect retirement.
Right.
If I could do that, I'd get up every morning excited about the day and looking forward to the day. But, I have to admit, at 68, I'm really tired of, getting up and putting the cap on that says problem solver.
Right. But that's just all part of it, huh?
All part of it.
So we just have to go with the flow and enjoy it. And I guess I'm kind of semi-retired. I mean, none of the jobs that I have per se take a lot of time. It's just, maybe eventually I'll cut back. Maybe I'll get rid of the cows. Oh, I forgot to mention I have cows too.
Quite a few cows.
Quite a few cows, about 150.
Yeah.
So, every little bit adds up in terms of time and things that we do, but it's all fun. At the end of the day, we still go ride around with the kids and, enjoy the evenings, and life goes on. Yeah,
I'm pretty much accomplishing one of my goals, I think. I think you can call the local Kawasaki shop and they can verify this, but I'm going for the world's record of most miles put on a Kawasaki Mule. And I think, since I've been driving them since the very first Kawasaki Mule, came out, I think it was a 2510 model or whatever, and by now we've had maybe 20 of them of the various models through the years. I figure somewhere in the neighborhood of, I've put 300,000 miles on Kawasaki Mules, and I'm building miles and hours every day. So I'm going for that world record. Being the dogs.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I think the dogs are sharing in that record too, because they go everywhere you go.
When we had the old black lab Grizzly, she went everywhere that Kawasaki Mule went for 16 years.
Yep.
And I guarantee you there's no dog in the world that's ever logged more hours in a Kawasaki Mule than old Grizzly did.
Yeah, she even tried to drive one time, but that didn't really work out very well.
Yeah. When you step out of the Mule to go paint your steel target, good plan to kick it into neutral and not leave it in drive.
Yeah.
Because the dog may decide to hop out of the seat and hop on the throttle.
And then it's going to go wherever it's going to go.
Yeah, until it hits the ditch and pitches the dog and all the stuff that's in the back of it out and almost turns the mule over. It got it really exciting there for just a little bit.
So we took her driver's license away.
Yeah. Well, folks, that's kind of the life and times of Joyce and Bill Wilson. So hope you enjoyed it. Be sure and leave your comments. If you have things you'd like us to talk about on the channel, let us know. And if you're not a subscriber, be sure and subscribe to the channel.